Okay, let's go.
Hello there, Chick Chatters. We are back with a little quickie for you today. Yeah, it's been long suspected and it's been confirmed by Amanda, but now Ryan has finally posted that they are expecting a baby.
Am I pregnant? Am I pregnant? Is there a possibility that I'm pregnant?
And this might make Ryan's fifth child if the other allegations of a child from 2013 are true.
Yes.
I'm still waiting on more about that. That is quite interesting to me, and if anything does break about that, we'll be here to talk about it. And it would really have me sitting there like trying to go back to old seasons. Have there been any signs?
I mean, the signs, I think, are the way that he treated Bentley for so long when he was on that he was completely absent. And so I don't think he'd have a hard time doing that to another kid around that age, especially if that kid is not on television for the world to see him neglecting.
I can believe it. Yeah. Ryan posted these photos of him holding up on her belly. I mean, she looks very, very pregnant. She's pretty far along. But people have been kind of conspiracizing this for months. They've been calling her out. I mean, but she hasn't really hit it at all. I mean, she's been twerking and dancing around with this belly. This girl's so tiny. You can just tell when she was probably about like 4 months in that she was pregnant.
Could I be pregnant?
Definitely.
But they didn't really acknowledge it. Same thing with her quote unquote engagement, because she's been wearing this ring like this, but for some reason the TikTok camera flips it, kind of like I think normal cameras do that too. When you take like a selfie or whatever, it kind of flips the perspective. So somebody commented that the ring's on the wrong hand, so it can't be an engagement ring, and she was like, oh, it's just a flipped camera basically. So she didn't deny it, but she kind of confirmed.
Well, I think what they're doing here is trying to be as normal as possible. They're not keeping anything a secret. I think most of their friends and family probably know they're engaged and pregnant. Pretty much everyone who knows, or maybe who asks them personally, probably gets the truth from them. But I don't think Ryan really wants to be that much in the public eye. So I think they're not making public announcements of their life as to not get a whole bunch of public feedback about their life. Ryan is still on a show and he's going to have a baby at some point. So he does need to tell us eventually that he's going to have a baby. But I think they're trying to just fly under the radar as much as they can. Because a lot of people will do that aren't on television. They just don't post their life updates on social media. They kind of stay quiet. I think they're trying to live that life as much as possible, even though Ryan is still on TV. But I also heard they're trying to cash in that MTV check and maybe have them follow this pregnancy.
Oh, yeah.
You can't have it both ways, that's for sure.
She posts constantly, so it's kind of like inevitable with the way she posts, because she just don't seem to care. It's kind of like refreshing.
Well, that's what makes me think that they're trying to live normal life, because she responds to people, but she tends to not really care that
She's funny.
We're going to say things. She is funny. I like her. I like her way better than Mackenzie.
Yeah, well, speaking of Mackenzie, if you look at Mackenzie's TikTok, it's 80% petty posts about Ryan.
She's going through it.
She's going through it. Last Halloween, she said something along the lines of Halloween's coming up and you can try to scare me, but someone tried to off me and that didn't work, so nothing scares me. And I'm like,
Girl.
But she's constantly posting about Ryan without posting about Ryan.
And I feel bad for her for what she went through with him. You have your own rights to your story, but it's almost like she's making light of it or trying to stir all of that back up because his life is moving on. And it just feels a little bit icky to me. I feel like she needs to just keep herself separate. That's what I would do if I felt traumatized by somebody. I wouldn't be over here trying to bait them on social media, not because I'm scared, but because I don't need to put myself mentally back in any kind of situation like that. There's no benefit to that.
Well, I just don't think she's over it. I mean, mind you, their divorce didn't go through because nobody did anything in the case. And if you want to be divorced from a man, divorce him. It seems like Ryan is now the one taking a step to get divorced and not even Mackenzie. And I'm like, girl, this man trashed your house. He scared you. According to you, he's almost offed you. In this post, she says, at the end of the day, it was the gaslighting, the believing everything, and looking like a fool every single time. So I'm not sorry for the lack of care I have for this redemption arc. I went from believing everything to now believing absolutely nothing. And I'm like thinking, girl, it seems like you're constantly posting or responding to Amanda and like trying to come at her and all this. And if you're truly over things, yes, I'm sure you would have some contempt for Ryan. And I'm sure you wouldn't love talking about him, being around him, whatever. but I don't think he would be, like you said, baiting people on social media or trying to stir up things with Amanda and stuff like that.
Well, it's one thing to not believe your redemption arc or not believe the stories that are good about Ryan right now. That's fine. I could see why you wouldn't want to do that. But to go directly against it at this point, she doesn't have any new evidence. Yes, something terrible happened to her, but you're going against all of this energy for what? Instead of just focusing on your own self. You can not believe his redemption arc and still stay in your own lane.
I just think homegirl's just not over it. I think she was thinking he was going to get sober and then like, be trying to win her back and do everything he could to fix whatever. I think she would have went back to him had he wanted to do that. But honestly, I feel like Mackenzie's a whole fever dream for Ryan. He was high the entire time. He had to be high at his wedding. Both weddings, I think. I think he came out of that, got sober, and was like, I don't want to be with this girl. I don't know if Amanda's his soulmate, but it seems like he's doing a lot better with her.
Yeah.
I know she's also been criticized for vaping and stuff while being pregnant. I don't condone that. She has issues with substances. She's pretty far along and she's still vaping, so I'm sure she's been vaping this whole time. I don't condone that at all. I think she does acknowledge it and she says, I'm working on it, trying to change. People are entitled to change and all these things. I think at least she's acknowledging it and she's doing it on TikTok. So she don't.
That's the thing too. It's one thing if you're vaping because you're struggling, but to do it kind of in such a public way, I think she needs to just be prepared for the feedback that she's getting. But
she seems to be. She seems to respond to a lot of comments.
If she's prepared to talk to people about it, then she can do whatever she wants online.
Yeah, girl, though, I hope you do kind of cut back on the vaping, at least till after your baby is born. It sounds like they're having a girl. They did a little gender thing, and Macy's excited.
She loves babies.
She wants to babysit.
Yeah. I call first dibs on babysit.
Girl,
I wonder if the baby's gonna go to preschool.
Oh, that baby probably ain't going to preschool.
I never went to preschool.
Oh, preschool. Ryan didn't go to preschool.
Ryan didn't go to preschool.
He turned out all right.
I never went to preschool. I know, and look. And I was prepared for kindergarten.
He turned out, that's for sure.
He didn't turn out.
He did turn out. He seems pretty involved in this pregnancy. They'd be posting TikToks. Ryan's all snuggled up on her belly. That's the most affection I've seen him give anybody, really, and in her pregnant belly. So I don't know. I'm curious to see if he is going to step up, if they're going to stay together, all this stuff. I think everybody's wondering if this is just a fling or a thing for the time.
I don't think so. It seems pretty stable to me.
I ain't mad at it. I feel like it's some seed that was planted back in 16 and pregnant when we saw her ask that damn question.
What's the baby's name?
It's a full circle. Yeah, and then people were trying to recommend some horrible baby names, like bug-related baby names, like Fentley. Fentley and Bentley, you guys, really?
Yeah, people are mean. I just let these people live at this point. I don't know. Maybe I'm just too quick to forget what happened. I'm not saying Ryan is a great person, but people do horrible things when they're under the influence of and in the grips of addiction. So I just want him to move on with life so that he doesn't do any more horrible things to any more people.
Oh, he'd be looking great.
He be looking good.
Fucking Robert Tussett. I don't know why this shit got me lazy right now. Yeah.
Maybe that's why too.
He's back to his good-looking self. He looks great. He looks sober, and he looks more attentive. He even texts Bentley and stuff now. He's becoming a better parent. Now, I don't know about all his kids, but a couple of them, most of them, a good majority. Because we don't know how many kids this man actually has. But
that's so true. At the end of the day, though, I am happy for Ryan.
I just hope that maybe this man at this point gets a little bit of vasectomy. Maybe we need to stop having
vasectomy.
Flat one. Just a snip. Now they use lasers. It's not even invasive anymore. They just zing, like laser you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But as Gypsy says, Mackenzie is panini pressed. And
Mackenzie is panini pressed.
I just hope that she can get out of that, because even though this horrible thing happened and stuff, your kids can see all this stuff one day.
That's the thing. It's not benefiting her at all to try to drag Ryan down when publicly he's on the come up. You can't help that he's on the come up publicly. I get it if you don't believe it in real life, but you're not benefiting yourself or your kids or anything by trying to just drag him back down.
I think a
with that.
lot of it is jealousy, but
It's got to be, because we know Macy loves Ryan, but is not jealous, does not want to be with Ryan romantically. And this is how I think someone who feels that way would respond. I know things are a little closer in time with Mackenzie. This man trashed your house and all that stuff. Just stay away from him if you don't have good feelings about him yet.
She's even posted TikToks, flashbacks of that house and how she's.
Yeah, and you said that they weren't moving forward on their divorce, so it got thrown out. Move forward. Stop making TikToks about this man. Get
Or-
a divorce from this man.
She's like in all these passive aggressive posts towards Ryan without calling him out directly. It's like
About Ryan, around Ryan,
we
with
know,
Ryan.
and it's just looking like jealous ex-wife. And I just think you could do so much better. Y'all both glue up after this marriage. You look great too, and you're doing great. Find yourself a nice doctor. You're a nurse or something. Find yourself a nice doctor. Get back at somebody by doing great and not constantly bringing them up. But I understand her being upset. I mean, like you said, it's still pretty close. But this stuff happened like a year or two ago. Their divorce, I started filing for that like a year ago or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Again, I can see if she doesn't want to be around him because of the stuff she's went through with him, but it's certainly time for her to sort of disconnect from all that emotionally then. Get your divorce, get things going, focus on your own life, and then you won't be so focused on his life and the stuff that he has going on. Whether or not it's true or not, if he's sober or on the up and up or whatever, that's really not your business.
She's been putting his business out there. She's the one that pretty much announced this pregnancy. She's the one that kind of outed the other possible child and stuff. It's giving Chris Lopez.
It's totally giving Kaylin Chris Lopez.
It is. Like, he outed her stuff. She outed his stuff. It's just so petty. Everything's so petty back and forth.
Mm-hmm.
Congrats to Ryan and Amanda. I'm glad that we get to see a lot of this play out on Teen Mom. I'm quite interested to see it play out on Teen Mom. I guess Mimi, Jen, and Larry are excited. They were shocked at first, but excited. Seems like that's the theme here with Mimi, Jen, and Amanda. She's shocked at first, and then she comes around.
I think we were all shocked at first with Amanda, and then we came around, and it's kind of the same thing with this baby. It's just, we're all a little leery of Ryan still. Yes, he's got his come-up arc coming, but you never know with this man. He could just fall right back off the wagon. So I think everyone was a little bit shocked, thinks it's a little early in the relationship, but then again, like, they're getting old. I don't know. I'm happy for them. I think it's going to be all right as long as he can stay sober.
As long as they both can, yeah. That's all we can really hope for, is the best for these kids and a possible maybe vasectomy in the future. I mean, it's not a bad idea, Ryan.
I know.
You have at least 2 boys and 2 girls at this point. You got a good mixture. And then you have that other one. You have another boy, it sounds like. So it sounds like you have a lot going on. I just hope he's a way more present father than we've seen or heard of him being. It sounds more like, even with these other 2 kids he's got with Mackenzie, it still sounds like it's a Mimi, Jen, Larry facilitated thing. Just like Bentley was all these years. I just hope with this one, it's just Ryan and Amanda parenting this child and not 15 other people, like family members and stuff. He does look and sound better, and he's got that little vibe from back in the day.
He's a little cute again. I don't know.
Fucking Robitussin.
I can't even watch on TV anymore. It was that one phase where his hair was all crazy when he was with Mackenzie and he was like looking all wild. Like, girl, you want that back? I don't think so. Because that's the Ryan you're going to get if you get him back. You're getting that Ryan again. You're not getting...
he's going to spiral. They're not supposed to be together.
No.
I don't know what she's trying to put all this into stop his life right now or make it worse right now or see if they can get back. Just get a divorce and move on. They were not meant to be.
See,
this man was high out of his mind during this wedding.
See, I even think to begin with, like, a normal person wouldn't have stayed Ryan through that unless they were trying to, like, make a come up, you know?
Mackenzie wanted clout. She still just wants clout. That's probably more the reason, honestly, why she can't keep Ryan's name out of her mouth, is because that's the only thing that will make people watch her videos. If she watched a video of, like, look at my new cute, and she posted that 4 weeks, no stuff anymore. It has to all be about Ryan and how he manipulated her, and she's, such a victim. Well, she is a victim of his, but you need to move on for your own mental health. Mackenzie has always been about the clout and nothing else.
Yeah, you went on national TV and read a letter to Macy like this was her problem.
I hope she still has that letter. I hope she reads it in the mirror to herself every single night so that she can remind herself of what the hell to stay away from.
And she was never married or pregnant by that time. She could have left way earlier. I just think she wanted the fame or whatever came with this. I mean, Ryan had other girlfriends, but we never seen him that much. I mean, we saw a little bit of Dallas, but then there was Shelby. None of these people came to the reunions.
I heard a rumor this might be Dallas's baby.
Oh, like the other one?
Yeah.
I heard though that it was like a one-night stand.
I mean, nobody knows, right?
I don't know, but I can't wait to find out.
We gonna find out at some point. I do think this baby is real though. The other baby, not this, but this baby we're talking about in the headlines here. This is a very real baby. I think the secret baby is also real.
So far, Mackenzie has not been wrong. I mean, she's been a lot, but she has not been wrong.
Yeah, she's salty, but salty people still spill truth tea.
Chris
Just a little salty.
Her and
Just
Chris
look at
Lopez
Chris
would be
Lopez.
best friends.
And Kale, I mean, Kale does the same thing with Chris, just the opposite way around. Salty tea is still good tea. It's just got a little extra salt.
I'm about it. So we told you guys we would come back and talk about Ryan when more came out, and here we are. Also, we do plan on doing a Gypsy update next week, so keep an eye out for that too.
Yeah.
We didn't forget about her.
No, we didn't, but we need to gather some more information about her because she's a slippery one. Things move quickly with her, and you got to catch her at the right time.
She really is a slippery one. I think that's perfect.
Yeah, she is. Every time I make a video, it's like just that one catch before she slips out of our hands again and slips away somewhere else.
Yeah, and it's been a minute since we talked about Jip, but there's just been a lot to cover, I think, with Jip. There's been a lot I've been seeing. It ranges from things with Ken's mom to breakups to fake baby bumps to all types of stuff.
Yeah. And that's the thing too. Gypsy's world is very overwhelming, which also makes it extra slippery, slidey. So we're going to talk about it next week. We'll do a little quickie with that one as well. So keep your eye out for that. And we'll see you soon. Don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, share the video. Even if you don't share it with anybody, just click the copy link. It helps us a lot.
Yeah, just do a nice little fake share, and then also reduce, reuse, recycle, Rihanna, and goodbye.
Bye-bye.